The man scraped off the date on the check and changed it to the current date. Then he pasted the name of the check holder onto this check. In this way, a forged check was made. However, when he went to cash this check, the bank teller immediately saw through that it was a forged check. No matter how the man explained, the bank didn't exchange a single penny for him. The man walked dejectedly on the street. At this moment, he saw several pilots not far away. The pilots were wearing uniforms, acting with great elegance, and were surrounded by beautiful flight attendants. Even the bank manager came over to greet them. The man thought to himself that he also wanted to be a pilot. So the man pretended to be a journalist and took advantage of this opportunity to gather inside information. By a stroke of luck, the man got hold of an expired pilot's license. Next, he placed an order for a new set of pilot uniforms from the factory. Since the man had no money, he decided to pay with a forged check. However, the old man told him that as long as he provided his employee number, the factory would refund the cost to him. After getting the uniform, the man became the center of attention. When he walked into the bank again, he received a completely different treatment, but that forged check still led to his arrest. After that, the man soaked the model airplane in water, carefully peeled off the airline's logo, and pasted it onto the forged check. The man's bathtub was gradually filled with model airplanes, which meant that the number of his forged checks was increasing. He boldly started taking flights for free and even sat in the cockpit just like a company employee. The man didn't make a single mistake again, and he flew more than 3 million kilometers for free. In order to make the forged checks look more realistic, the man even bought a precious printer. However, due to a large number of forged checks appearing on the market, the police quickly launched an investigation. The police traced the man according to the clues and were ready to carry out the arrest. But when the police opened the door of the room, there was no one inside. Just then, the man appeared, pretending to be a special agent, and said that the target of the arrest had already been taken away by his partner. However, the police didn't believe him and asked him to show his identification. The man handed over his wallet without hesitation. When the police were about to check it, he led the police to the window and pointed outside, saying that his colleague had already taken away the criminal. He successfully deceived the police. Then, the man hid the printer and calmly walked towards the door. At that very moment, the police opened the wallet and found that there was no identification in it at all. The police officer realized that he had been deceived, but the man had already fled.